Let's do this.
Pretty bumpy, pretty bumpy. Pretty bumpy, pretty bumpy. Hold on tight, it's gonna get pretty bumpy.
Woo! Feels so good to be finally at the Grand Valley Speedway. Love this place. Some good racing always happens over here. Fab 905 gets a good start in the ugly 350Z. The Frenchman's Veto gets a good start. So heck, everybody could have good start. Other than the guy in pole position that could have told you this before the start, Tobello. The MX-5 is trash. It's dead slow and it handles like trash. It's the worst of both worlds. As we tackle the first corner, we're looking good. Ooh, contact between the two masters of Max and James. James now done into 7th place. It's going to be tough for him to recover. But the top 3 we got is Fab 905, who has a bit of a gap over HSH. HSH in turn is a bit of a gap to Mr. Boomtown in 3rd. We got Max who is now in 4th place. I don't know how that happened after he was damn near down in last. But James is trying to get up on start his recovery trip as he's in 7th place. Looks like some contact between Sveto, Musty, and now James again off the track, man. A whole bunch of crap happening to James. These people are conspiring against this man because he is one of the favorites to win this race, because in this race we don't really have your typical 500 pp cars. We got stuff like the VW Nardo, the Vet HSH is driving, the Zonda Master is driving, and these cars, they're very good in the corners, but they're not your typical 500 pp cars because they are not that fast in a straight line, so it's going to be a weird race. So Fab 905, I foresee him having an advantage in the straight line. Is the Italian Max who messed up, the one who had a bit of contact with James at the first corner, and now James up into 5th place. Hopefully this is the start of his recovery trip, but it's going to be tough to catch this top 4 because these guys are setting a blistering pace. As you're approaching the end of the first lap, Fab 905 backing it in. HSH out here trying to attack for the lead. HSH on the outside. Mr. Boomtown using the supreme cornering speed of his VW Nardo, but in a straight line, he has no chance against most of these guys. It's the corners where he's going to make his car shine. HSH on the outside. HSH is now in the lead, but Fab 905 is going to have the top end because that 350Z, look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it, look at the fire this car has. Fab 905 is on the inside for the first corner, hit the brakes, back up into the lead, but he braked too late, overshoots. HSH goes on the inside, Mr. Boomtown trying to go through as well, because he knows if it's tough for HSH to get past this guy, it's going to be even tougher for him. But Fab 905 goes back into 2nd. He says, no, mon ami, I'm still here. Meanwhile, Musty in 4th place is catching up with these guys. James doing the same in 5th place. These guys continue fighting like this. It's going to be very easy for Musty and James to both catch up. Bit of a tap from Mr. Boomtown onto Fab 905. Mr. Boomtown now up into 2nd place. If you're looking back from HSH, who's driving the Vet, now on board with Musty, seeing his vantage point, seeing exactly what's happening. Musty's going to be like, I really need to get past Fab 905 because he was in 1st, but it doesn't look like he has the pace to keep up with the first 2. Musty on the inside, he's got a good run out the corner, and Fab 905 clips the imaginary wall at the tunnel. He wasn't that wide. What the heck happened over there, man? And we've lost Fab 905. Fab 905 down in the 5th place. So with that happening, Musty now up into 3rd place, James up into 4th place, but there is an intense battle going on for 1st place. We got Mr. Boomtown in that super quick Nardo, that's super quick in the corners, in these high-speed corners. This is where the Nardo shines at its greatest. But HSH is defending very well. Mr. Boomtown gets a good exit out of that corner by virtue of all that downforce that the Nardo has. But now we're going to get onto the straight, onto the section where the Vet can stretch his legs. And I cannot believe this, man. I'm going to say something that's barely said. The Vet is going to be the quickest car in the straight line at 500 pp. That is the most weird thing to say, because if we're your typical 500 pp cars around here, it'll be tough. As we're on board with Musty getting close to Mr. Boomtown in the slip. Mr. Boomtown's going to be struggling on the straight, because that Nurb with all that downforce is very draggy, but he survives by virtue of the slipstream. We hit the first corner again. Musty did a 57. From what I meant, the director James did a 57 as well. HSH and Mr. Boomtown in the 58. So James just may be able to catch up to these guys before this race is over, depending on how tough they battle each other, because he is pushing way hard, man. James got a 57 too, but HSH defending with all his might for Mr. Boomtown, because he knows he cannot give this man even an inch of space where in the corners, because he knows that Nurb can overtake on the outside. He can overtake anywhere in this section. Just look at the amount of speed that Nurb carries, and it's so big as well, so it's gonna be tough for Mr. Boomtown to pass, because that Nurb is humongous. And we got Musty as well in that huge Zonda. This is very interesting, man. We're gonna vet a VW now, the Zonda, and James. Look how close James is. Wow, these guys must be really. This is some scruffy battling then. It doesn't look that scruffy, but it must be. Oof, Mr. Boomtown hanging out wide, really pushing the Nurb. He's trying to get on the throttle very quick, because he knows he can carry that corner speed. In the slipstream of HSH, you see he's not making much inroads, but as we get here, look at him, look at how much more speed he carries, look at how close he gets to us. I bet he's going to try and move on the outside, looking, because HSH goes, covers the inside. Mr. Boomtown slightly in the lead for a second, but HSH says, hey, don't worry, man, I'm going to get the exit. But he gives him space, though. HSH takes a wide line as we are about to tackle the... We ain't cutting this. We're going to keep on going. We are about to tackle the final corner on the penultimate lap. HSH for Mr. Boomtown, for Musty, and James, who has caught up to this crowd here. This is going to be a very interesting fast last lap. Very interesting. And James once again set the 57.283. I'm sorry. James is on fire. He's finally caught up to these guys. James has your more typical 500 BP car, even though this is not your RX-7 Spirit type A. This is, I think it's the RZ if I'm not mistaken. So it's very quick in a straight line, not the best in the corners. HSH and Mr. Boomtown are ghosting Mr. Walker on Gran Turismo 6. Shame it doesn't work this well on Gran Turismo Sport. Mr. Boomtown on the inside, trying to get first place. He's been trying to make a case to really push where he counts with this Nurb, but HSH is defending with all his might. Mr. Boomtown on the outside, is he gonna get this done? It looks like he's gonna have the inside for the next corner. HSH still right next to him. Musty trying to get take advantage of this situation. Mr. Boomtown's now up into the lead. Musty trying to follow him through, and Musty gets second place, and James is there too with his RX-7. We've got a four-way battle for the lead. James up into third, but I think HSH is still right next to us. Let's see as we get to the next corner. Yes, HSH is right next to us because he's on the inside. We are about to cross the bridge for the fourth and final time. Who is going to get this W? Mr. Boomtown, Musty, HSH, or James, who has the fastest pace amongst this group? Mr. Boomtown out here, it doesn't look like he's got that much of an advantage over the Zonda in the corners, because the Zonda is great in the corners too. But it looks like Musty catches up on the brakes. Mr. Boomtown, he looks to be pushing a bit hard, because he knows once Musty gets in the slipstream, he might be a goner. One more corner to go as we go again on the... My goodness, I am flubbing up my line so much. As we get onto the start-finish straight, James is about to get past HSH in his RX-7. Is he gonna get it done? Yes, he does. Musty in the slipstream, but he gets second. And Mr. Boomtown gets the W. That was a frantic finish, man. That was a good race, man. I enjoyed myself, minus the few flubs I do, man. I'm not doing this as much, so I'm getting hella rusty, man. My bad, guys. I apologize.
Let's do this. Pretty bumpy, pretty bumpy. Pretty bumpy, pretty bumpy. Hold on tight, it's gonna get pretty bumpy.